Good evening, my little monsters. It's midnight, and the time for the story has come. Cobb County 911. Yo. I'm at my ex-girlfriend's house, and I hear my baby crying in there. I'm trying to call her, whatever. She won't come out, won't open the door. Does she have any medical problems? Not that I know of. This obviously rehearsed 911 call came from 27-year-old Joshua Gibson, who stood accused of murdering his 23-year-old ex, Danielle Marshall. Did you kill her? No, I'm telling you I didn't. Your story doesn't make sense. He really thought he'd pulled off the perfect crime, but one small, pathetic detail ruined his whole act. I mean, love makes you do crazy stuff, right? Sure, I've heard of it. Joshua definitely did something insane to Danielle. And he nearly walked free until his elaborate, flimsy plan completely collapsed. Y'all tell me. Are you telling me I'm trying to protect? Why would I try to protect somebody that's trying to kill me? I'm telling y'all what went down. What actually happened to Danielle? In January 2013, 23-year-old Danielle Marshall was found shot dead in her kitchen in Powder Springs, Georgia. Her 9-month-old son was crawling right near the blood. Joshua claimed he was asleep, but his story never added up. Detectives smelled the lie, but the case went cold until 2015, when phone records and a crucial witness revived everything. Now, Mr. Gibson is sitting in the interrogation room as his almost perfect crime begins to unravel. Let's go over this supposed shooting that happened to you. The detective asks. The first bullet wasn't lodged in the dash. It was just sitting there. Right? It went through the side window and stopped on the dash. And the second bullet went through the car door, but didn't exit the other side. Gibson answers, it's still in there. I asked if they wanted it, but they said they'd have to tear up the door. I told them they had everything they needed with the first bullet. Why didn't you clean the glass out of the car? Just being lazy. Does your baby crawl on the floor? In the car? No. In your house? No. Never on the floor. We keep him on the couch or in his crib. Babies. You're going to step on glass. You're going to track it into the house. Gibson, yeah, but we never put him on the floor. We vacuum once in a while. Cars are usually dirty. Does it make sense the bullet only went through the glass and just landed on the dash? Detectives said it ricocheted. I don't know. Is that where it happened? Where do you say it happened? That's what they told me. Yes. No, I'm asking you. Where did the shooting happen? At my parents' house? Well, down the street from my parents' house. Did you go into your parents' house after? No, 'cause I didn't want my mom asking questions. Why? My mom is always worried, always thinking the worst. Same as my sister, I avoid stuff. You have a bullet hole in your car and a smashed window. What do you tell her? Gibson, Mom found out days later. For my sister, I told her the next day, you're gonna see glass and the window's broken. Don't ask about it. She asked, why is it broken? I said, don't ask. She never asked. The detective states, she said you told her it was an accident. I told her not to ask over and over. So, why would she say that? I didn't tell her that. Why would she lie? I don't know. That is Joshua's first ridiculous slip. His alibi is collapsing because he's trying to play mind games instead of facing facts. The more he digs, the more absurd his story gets. The detective scoffs, you're lucky you didn't get hit if you were in the car. The bullet barely went through the door. You say you didn't tell your sister it was an accident, but she swears you did. I never said it was an accident. She swears up and down. I didn't tell her that. Your story doesn't make sense. I don't know what you want me to say. Tell me the truth. That's the truth. Nobody heard gunshots. I didn't either. Doesn't make sense. I saw a gun, I ducked, closed my eyes, and said, I love my kids. It's 10:30 at night. No lights on that street, but you see a dark hand with a dark gun pop out. Soon as I saw it, I ducked and closed my eyes. If I was trying to kill you, I'd be unloading. What kind of criminal does a drive-by and barely hits? 2 cars coming your way, your windshield isn't hit, and the bullets barely pass through the door. I don't know what to tell you. Tell me the truth. I'm telling the truth. Why didn't you get your ass out of there if someone shot at you? You turned right and stopped. I would be hauling ass. I just reacted the way I reacted. The detective has seen right through the act. The bullet in his car matches the one that killed Danielle. The net is tightening. Gibson, trying to look pathetic, you're thinking the worst. I thought, okay, she might be passed out from drinking. Did she OD? She never bought or sold drugs. She was selling. How's she gonna get money? She doesn't have a job. She was lying. Her cousin told me she lied about going to Savannah for Christmas. Who was she with? I think my ex would be pissed if she knew I was with Danielle. She'd be hurt. She's the opposite of me. She'd be the better person. The detective attacks the hypocrisy. If you're so close to your sister, why didn't you tell her you were shot at? I don't like that near her. I raised my sister. My dad will tell you everything she learned was because of me. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna tell her everything. There are things you avoid to keep from hurting people. Now that she knows, she isn't mad. She understands. She knows what our relationship is, full of secrets. Close with secrets? I wouldn't call that close. Gibson losing it, my parents will tell you me and her are the closest. Our family is disjointed, dysfunctional. Everybody knows it's me and my little sister. I tell a lot, just keep some stuff to myself. My mom said, don't tell Tisha your older brothers aren't your dads. That doesn't mean we aren't close. What made you decide to tell her Danielle was dead? She asked if I was in trouble. I said, I don't know. Why would she ask that? You told her before I even spoke to her. I don't remember that. Joshua's next major flop, he claims he raised his sister, yet he fails to inform her of a violent attack. This is villain behavior, not a protector's. The detective challenges the ridiculous drive-by. They were lying in wait for you? They don't know when you're coming. It's dark. They shoot you in front of your parents' house. Was it worth it? I don't care anymore. But does that story hold up? I don't know. I'm not the one investigating. My focus is my daughter. But your life is at stake. Everybody knows where I work. Why didn't they come to your job? Why a drive-by? I don't know. You brought up a good point. Why didn't they just walk up to you and pop one in your head? I never thought about that. The car was in the parking lot and they shot it? Why? Because your drive-by story doesn't check out. Why didn't they just go to your job? Where did this happen? You tell me. I'm telling you. Obviously, y'all don't believe me. Joshua is failing at basic coherence. His paranoia and contradictions aren't convincing anyone. His perfect crime is crumbling. Gibson, appealing for pity, I'm not happy she died. This isn't how I wanted to get my daughter. Yeah, I wanted her to feel a lot of pain if I had my daughter, but that wouldn't make me happy. When I raise Ava, I'll have to explain her mom. The only positive thing I can say is we loved comedy. You hated her. She irritated me. A lot. But my goal is getting my daughter. I'll give you some of that pain back. You got the motive. You wanted the kid. You don't like her. You have a history of violence with her. Did you kill her? No, I'm telling you I didn't. Do you know who killed her? I feel like Jay had something to do with it. The detective, you were there. You have the motive. You have the opportunity. Why were you telling the officers you were sorry? What for? I'm sorry for not listening. That's all I said. Joshua's luck is gone. The detective isn't falling for his weak drama. The detective, I'm investigating her death, and I'm going to question everyone. I used to lie a lot as a kid. My parents still don't believe me. I'm trying to be honest with law enforcement, no matter how I look. Prove me wrong. Take a lie detector test. You'll have to talk to a lawyer about this. You can talk to a lawyer. I will solve who did this case, and for you to get your name off this, the best thing to do is take the test. I'm going to talk to a lawyer. Joshua clings to his denials to the bitter end. Refusing the test seals his fate. After 5 years, Joshua Gibson finally went to trial. Prosecutors presented a history of domestic violence, Danielle's diaries, and phone records. The jury took only 45 minutes to find him guilty. But can anyone truly understand what drove him to commit such an act? Darling, never believe you are above anyone else. Respect the rules of God and of men, because eventually you will pay for your mistakes. And trust me, the bill always comes due.